it's a 5-6 hour drive from Louisville to Atlanta. Like I said, the police ripped my radio out my car. You know what I mean? I had an Infiniti G35, like a 06. You know what I mean? So I took that little 5-6 hour drive, no radio. I'm just smoking Black and Milds. I've been smoking Black and Milds since like 14, so I'm just smoking my blacks. I just start singing in the car, Adam, I swear to God. I swear to God, that's like my first time singing ever in my life. I was in that car driving 5-6 hours, no radio. And I just start singing in the car.
That's funny because I've definitely been there. Like now, everybody got a phone and an aux cord and that, but like back in the day when your fucking radio wasn't working, or if you just didn't want to listen to the radio, you just kind of start like humming to yourself or whatever. Yeah, man. But that's funny that's what got you started with the singing, because the reason why I started
arrested, I would have never started singing. You see what I'm saying? I would have never. It would never happen.
The reason I started podcasting is because I went to Spain for a month and my phone basically like wouldn't work, or like most of the time while I was out there, so I wasn't really on my phone. So I had a lot more time to think, and it made me realize that I wanted to start being a podcaster.
Wait, what'd you go to Spain for, though?
I was on a BMX trip.
So you was already turned?
But as turned as you could get in BMX, a.k.a. not even close to turned from a rapper standpoint. But I definitely had some shit going on. But
it's way more turned than BMX, though, right?
Yeah, BMX is kind of a small community in comparison. But, okay, so you're singing in the car, then you get to Atlanta, and then do you start recording this? Or?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I was singing in the car. I called a couple of my I'm driving, like, yo, how this sound? You know what I mean? They're like, man, that sound like, all right, like, you can sing. As soon as I got to Atlanta, I called my big bro YC, who's my manager now. I called him like, yo, you know anybody in Atlanta I could tap in with? They got a studio. He was like, I know this one dude from his one studio. Well, I got to Atlanta, drove to dude's studio. He had a little setup in his basement. And I was just down there really perfecting my And then Old Streets came about. The way Old Streets came about so crazy, like,
because that's the one that has like 60 million on Worldstar, right?
Yeah, bro. It's platinum, you know? My little brother made that beat. That was the first beat my little brother ever made. No cap. Like, we was in Atlanta. I was in that basement practicing my little singing. I had to go back home to Louisville because I've been turned in Louisville since 14, I ain't gonna lie. Like, for the rap, just on some rap. So I had to go back home to Louisville to do like some little parties and shows and for Derby week, for Kentucky Derby. So I left my little brother in Atlanta. Mind you, I ain't even tapped in with my little brother too. I tapped in with my little brother same time when I tapped back in with my daddy. You feel me? So, yeah, I left my little brother in Atlanta with the dudes that had the studio. They taught him how to make beats. In that 1 week, I come back to Atlanta. That's the first beat he made. He played me the beat. I'm like, that shit fire. We ran outside, shot a little freestyle video, posted it, and that shit doing something. And then that's when me and YC took out a couple thousands and just put it into that video.
That's crazy that you just had that it was just like an iPhone video of you just rapping it with no beat or anything?
Nah, it was a video. I played the beat that my little brother made out the car. And I had came up with like 4 lines in my head already. So I just sung the 4 lines and then the rest of it kind of just came to me.
That's funny because that's like basically exactly how Quando Rondo got signed back in the day. Remember he was beating on the car, rapping and
back
shit?
then, like that 2018, 2019, back then, like before COVID, that's when a lot of artists was still blowing up off that organic content. Like, you know, now it's about, you know, actually recording it and putting the audio over the visual and shit.
If you could stand out to people by just rapping and not really having like the full production. Also, that was a time period in which like people were really, really shocked to see a dude who was like clearly a kid from the hood, but who was also like singing and had like real soul.
Yeah, and could hold a tone and everything like that. People love that type of thing, beating on cars and just acapellas and all that shit.
Definitely.
Okay.
So you spent a couple $1,000s to put the video together, and then how'd you end up getting it on Worldstar?
Like I said, we spent a couple thousand, just sent 100 here, 200 here. You feel me? Just as many pages as we could that would take a little payment to repost it.
Just started doing promo for it, right?
Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, Worldstar caught it and they just liked it.
They just reached out because that's what happened with YBN Namir when we first was fucking with him. That one song, boom, Worldstar reached out. They put the video. They don't really do that anymore.
Yeah, not no more. Not no more. But they liked it. It was content that they liked, so they just put it up.
Definitely.
Shout out Worldstar.
That's crazy. So is that like the song that like really changed your life, and all of a sudden the label start calling? And
man, what? Come on, bro. I got what? Yes, bro. I signed $1 million. I cleared $1 million off that song, bro.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
So you had a label war going on for a little while there?
Type shit. Like labels started calling and shit, you know. Once you get your first offer, next label. This is free game too to any artists out there that got any type of momentum and they getting calls and shit. Once you get your first offer, it's label call, they try boom, boom, they offer you, oh, well, Woo offer me this, you feel me?
You got to pit them against each other.
Yeah, then they gonna offer you boom. And then let's say a third label call, yo, you go back to the other label, well, they offer me this, and they gonna take it up a notch, you feel me? So, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I had like a lot of labels calling, a lot of labels flew out to Atlanta and pulled up to that same basement I was in practicing my sound and sat down with me, and offered me different numbers.
And which label did you end up choosing?
Warner.
Yeah.
Shout out Warner, they changed my life.
And they gave you over a M to sign?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you gotta think at the time when I had signed this 2kBaby, the only thing out was Old Streets. Just the freestyle video, and I had probably just uploaded the audio on DSPs. And then, you know, honestly, I had pulled up to the office and I played them all the songs I had made in that basement while I was perfecting that sound, that melodic sound I just discovered. I was playing them all that.
And they were fucking with all the stuff you had unreleased as well.
Yeah, but when I had signed, like, the only song I had out was Old Streets. That's 2kBaby.
Was your mentality fully confident, or were you kind of nervous, like, holy shit, they're giving me this much money and I got to actually, like, show and prove? Like where was your mentality at? Because I could see it going either way.
I ain't gonna lie, my mentality was definitely, like, I was super confident. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it was still surreal, though. You know what I mean? Everything was so surreal. Like, it was crazy. Like, any day I feel like I could have woke up and it could have been a dream. You know? But
just being a kid from the hood, that's like the craziest thing possible,
At the same time, I just knew, like, everything I had been through and everything I had sacrificed, everything I had lost, everything I had gained, like, just everything I had been through to get to that point, I was just like, nah, bro, like, I'm gonna make it worth it, bro. I'm gonna make it worth it for everybody around me, bro.
It's
like,
crazy because, like, now that you're in the industry, you know, loads of people who have had the same experience where they basically just get signed by a label out of nowhere and have all this money and shit. But, like, from your perspective at that time, you didn't know anybody who had ever had that kind of experience, right?
Nah, and the only person from my city that had ever made it out, like, that blew up before me, was Bryson Tiller at that time. You know what I mean? That's the only other person that had made it out. And
you're not exactly looking at him like he's the same as you, right? Because you got, like, a super clean image and all that kind of shit, and you're more like...
I mean, me and Bryson from the South. We from, like, the same area.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Did you know him before he was successful or no?
I'm be 100 with you, bro. I used to work at Popeyes, bro. No cap, I worked at Popeyes one time.
Love Popeyes.
And I had to be maybe like 15, no cap. And boom. So I'm not, and mind you, at the time, I'm trying to do my little rap, you know what I mean, too. So I was already rapping, you know? Boom. So I'm working, and I come out the bathroom, and everybody's geeking, like, everybody tweaking. I'm like, bro, what's going on? They're like, oh, Bryson Tiller just came through. We told him go out front, you feel me, and wait on his food because it's not done yet. So I just played it off like, oh, like, I ain't care. But in my mind, I'm like, nah, like, it's an opportunity, you feel me? But mind you, everybody that's working there is trying to grab the food first to take it out there to them. So I'm just acting like I don't care, you feel me? As soon as they put the little box up, grab it real quick, threw it in the bag. I go out there. He was in a little white Porsche, man. I'm like, man, what's up, bro? You feel me? Yeah, I rap, bro. I'm trying to woo. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I could tell, bro just wanted his food, bro. You know? So I just
you know what that's like now.
Yeah, bro. So I just gave him his food, bro, and let him go about his business, you know?
Right. Damn, that's crazy.